John, was that a little bit too close for comfort at the end?
It was, yeah. We've some learning to do, haven't we? We really have some learning to do, you know. 18 points to 4 up in the first half. We look really comfortable. We're playing some good stuff. And we come up with an absolutely dreadful defensive effort that allowed Lewis Roberts to score under the post. And obviously they go in then elated. But we quell that fire, go up to 23-10, and you think, again, we'll look. But then we just lost all intensity and focus. You know, so I really need to investigate why that is. Perhaps we need more fitness work, I don't know. But there's certainly, I wasn't happy how we ended the game. But we did close it out well at the very end. But we did also allow back-to-back tries, which went from a 13-point lead to a 1-point lead and made everybody very twitchy.
I think it's important that you acknowledge just how good a performance that was from Swinton.
Yeah, I think it was very good. I thought they played really well, and you know, they showed lots of spirit. They are a good footballing team. And on a big pitch like this, they can play some good football, and they caused us problems throughout. But you know, I'm more interested in what we do, and we've certainly got a lot of lessons to learn, and we've to learn them pretty quickly. We, you know, 4 wins out of 5, got to be happy with that. So the W's are racking up, and I'm pleased about that. I don't think the performances are racking up at the minute. We're too inconsistent from one game to the next, and we're too inconsistent within games. So it's something that we've got to address.
Is there a pattern emerging, John, like second half performances against Dewsbury, Whitehaven, and then the second half today?
Well, you bang on, mate. Yeah, we've had 3 indifferent second half performances. Yes, I would agree with you totally. So we've got to look why that is, and believe you me, we will be doing.
Do you have any inkling why it is?
I do, yes, I do. But I ain't going to share it publicly. That'll be for my staff to either get a rocket or to, you know, adjust and amend things.
Other than the win, John, what are the positives to take out of that performance?
Well, the win is obviously a big one, and I thought we did play some good stuff. And I thought the debut of Joe Burton, I thought he was absolutely exceptional. You know, so he's certainly given me something to think about. And I asked him during the week if he was ready for first team football. He certainly said that he was, and I think, in all honesty, when you look at that, you've got to concur. So he did a great job, he really did. And you know, we've had some big efforts from the middlemen and some smart stuff and some good finishes, but I counted about 4 chances that we should have nailed, and I counted 3 tries that we shouldn't have conceded. So there's plenty to work on, Mick.
Brandon Pickersgill left late on. Is he okay?
Yes, he is okay. He's passed the head injury assessment, so he can now start the return to play protocol. But obviously he was very groggy down that far corner, and we had to bring him off because you've got to put player welfare and safety first.
There were a period at the start of the second half where a couple of 6 again set restarts, you held that defensive line.
Yeah, but there's also been too many when we haven't as well. You know, they've crossed our line 4 times today, so that's something we really do need to improve upon. But as you rightly said, credit to Swinton as well. They were a plucky side who played some good rugby.
Second half, John, I think it was 15 minutes to go. You got up from your seat in the main stand and went to the dugout. Was that because of the score getting narrower?
No, I thought there was a lack of urgency in the dugout. So, you know, if they need to go over there and get an injection of urgency, I'll certainly give them that.
And just finally from me, John, what's an update on Brad England and Levy and Zongu who missed out today?
Yeah, well, Levy had his scan, and we're waiting for a specialist result, but early indications are it's a 4 to 6 months injury, so that's not good whatsoever. Brad England, he just couldn't run. When he had his fitness test yesterday, he just couldn't run with his groin. You know, he'd obviously damaged it up at Whitehaven. We tried to nurse him through this week and get him out there, but he just couldn't run. So, you know, again, we'll have to rehab and rest him and try and get him out on the field for the next game.
Yeah, John, I was going to say, obviously, you saw the points that sort of York and Winners put on Swinton obviously in the last couple of weeks, and you obviously kind of stumbled over the line today. Is that something you've got to sort of work on, try and beat teams almost more convincingly as well?
No, you know, so long as we win, I'm not bothered, and it'll apply when we play York and whoever else we want to play. You know, the win is the important thing, and that's what we've got today. Yes, we'd all love to be 40 points up and put our feet up and get a cigar out, but that doesn't often happen in rugby league, so you tend to have to graft away. Swinton were in a pretty bad place prior to that, so they'll have been very, very desperate, and I think that was reflected in their effort and their execution, so credit to them. But no, I mean, as long as we keep winning, I'm not bothered.
And obviously, like we said about Brandon's injury, he did when he was on before he got the injury. He attacked really, really well. A couple of good hands, a couple of good quick feet in the first half, set up a few tries, and obviously got one himself.
Yeah,
he was one of the individual positives today, wasn't he?
I thought he played really well, yes, and you know he also put Joe Brown over here, but it was ruled a forward pass, and so that you know there's about half a dozen chances that we just haven't nailed, and we've just got to look at that execution of our players just to tidy it up and look at the details within them so that we're just better.
That's why he gives Jordan that thumbs up after his drop goal. I mean, that just shows he's still fairly young, but he shows good game management, doesn't he? That was a smart play, particularly as it turned out.
It is smart, yeah. I mean, it's always a lot better when you're 3 scores up than 2 scores up, and that's what bought us it. And doing that with 20 minutes to go, you wouldn't get the same pressure as you would going towards the last 10 minutes or so. So it was a smart thing to do, and you know, it's proved once again the game-winning play, just as it did against Halifax.
And do you feel there's more defensive or offensive things to work on, or is it kind of a combination of both at this stage?
I think there's a culmination of both. I think a clinical execution in attack. I think better one-on-one contact in D, and also better decision making in D. So they're the 3 things that we've really got to look at.